Ever wondered why someone might say they're come up against a brick wall when they're not physically encountering any wall? Or why they'd confess to put their foot in it when their footwear is spotless? Idioms. These are the vibrant, often baffling expressions that enhance our daily language. Today, we'll decode the enigma behind 13 idioms that illustrate difficulties. First up, come up against a brick wall. This idiom is employed when someone feels they've encountered a formidable barrier in their efforts. Picture running full speed only to come up against a solid brick wall. It's a dead end, isn't it? So, when a friend remarks, "I feel like I've come up against a brick wall with this project," they're conveying their vexation at encountering a significant obstacle. Next, to put my foot in it. This isn't about stepping in something unpleasant, it's about saying something you wish you hadn't. For instance, if you accidentally reveal a surprise party, you've definitely put your foot in it. Third, we have be in dire straits. This expression refers to being in a desperate situation. If you've lost your job and can't pay your bills, you'd certainly be in dire straits. Dig myself into a hole is our fourth idiom. Imagine you're digging a hole and suddenly realize it's so deep you can't climb out. That's the feeling this idiom captures, making a situation worse for oneself. If you keep procrastinating on a project, you're digging yourself into a hole. Moving on to spread myself too thin. No, this isn't about weight loss, it's about overcommitting oneself. If you're juggling too many tasks at once, you're spreading yourself too thin. Be left holding the bag is an idiom that indicates being deserted to handle an issue, often one that another person instigated. For example, if your collaborator ditches a project halfway and you have to complete it, you've been left holding the bag. This idiom is commonly employed in situations where someone is left to confront the consequences of others' irresponsible behavior. Over a barrel is our seventh idiom, and it signifies being in a helpless situation. If you're being pressured into doing something you don't want to do, you're over a barrel. Next, against a stumbling block. This idiom refers to encountering a difficulty or obstacle. If a new policy at work is hindering your productivity, you're up against a stumbling block. Clutch at straws is an idiom that refers to a desperate attempt to solve a problem when the situation seems hopeless. If your car breaks down in the middle of nowhere and you try to fix it with duct tape, you're clutching at straws. Draw a blank is an idiom used when someone can't remember something. If you forget where you placed your keys, you're drawing a blank. Face the music is our 11th idiom, and it means to accept the consequences of your actions. If you've made a mistake and have to admit it, you're facing the music. A fact of life is an unavoidable, often unpleasant reality. If you're acknowledging that traffic is always terrible during rush hour, you're recognizing a fact of life. Lastly, we have easier said than done, an idiom that highlights the difference between talking about a task and actually doing it. Finishing a marathon, for example, is easier said than done, so there you have it, 13 idioms that describe problems. From being against a brick wall to finding things easier said than done, idioms add color and complexity to our language, making it all the more fascinating. Until next time, keep playing with words and exploring their meanings.